Yeah, I'm in a red character. So, we're starting chapter 3. After a long while, I have a playable version of it. Not fully written. You will be also deciding how the story goes. For now, do a little recap of the first chapter. The first chapter had you guys be sent to a slave colony to find some blue stones. And you were able to discover that these stones, they managed to empower everything that got a hold of them. And with that knowledge, in the second chapter, you tried to stop the Creed of Power who was abusing these blue stones. And your group managed to infiltrate the castle of the, well, not the castle, technically a religious building, a cathedral with a throne room. And you broke a blue mirror, and something stepped out of it and severed the connection to the weave. The weave itself is not destroyed. There's a difference between connection lost and weave destroyed. We are in a world in which the weave's connection is. This means there might still be things, but the classic wizard itself will not be able to use spells. We are now in a world of, well, not much going on. This cataclysmic event that did happen in this world basically caused many kingdoms to fall. The lack of the weave caused all sorts of casters and those with inherent magic abilities to basically go into a frenzy and attack everyone they saw. And eventually this toppled even mighty cities as they were simply not ready and no one had an idea of what was going on. Smaller towns sometimes had a better chance to get rid of those that were frenzied, but also those still to this day fall to the plague. These zombies, and I gave it some thought about how they, I don't want to say produce, but how they grow in numbers. While it is technically, it should maybe the classic you're bitten, you will turn. This is not possible in a setting like Dungeons & Dragons. You will be hit. Therefore, if your HP is reduced to 0 by a zombie, you instantly die and there's no saves. Yes, we will not be pulling punches this time. Zombies probably are a little bit slower than you would expect. This is all knowledge that your character has in this world. However, if you're swamped by them, it will get dirty really, really fast to the point where they are ignoring your armor class if you're fully surrounded by them. Or at least 5. Surrounded by 5. So keep this in mind that if you choose to explore areas, do not get clapped by whatever lurks within. The lands itself have become untamed, since there's definitely less humanoids around. There are different things that lurk in the land. There's also rumors about a cult going on, but most of your characters do not know much about. We are currently finding ourselves in the little town of Solim, which is nestled between 2 mountains. And this is where we'll start. I'm going to put you on the first map.
How is the town's name written?
Solim. S-O-L-I-M. Write it down.
Oh, Salim. Yeah. Okay.
You're from here.
Ape.
Yeah. Monsters are adjusted. This means that, this is a bandit. This does not mean it is a level 1 bandit. Bandits also level for some. So does the wildlife. Just because you think you understand the monster does not mean that it is, what it appears to be. I've also added lair actions, I've added legendary actions, and I added mythic actions. Mythic actions apply, from what I've checked, after, for example, you deplete its HP bar, it can then get a second one, but in this second health bar it has actions that are different, or perhaps it has different traits.
Oh, they have
Face
faces.
changes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Are these raid bosses? Let's go.
I have already thought about the idea of like raid bosses and like quote unquote telegraphed attacks, but they don't really work in this. Like, it's
I mean,
too...
a face change is already cool.
Oh yeah, a faint sages, yeah, we have
You've
that.
already experienced a face change in my campaign with Mayor Jackson.
Yeah. All right. So towns have specialized themselves in things. For example, in Solim, Solim is half of a carpentry and half of a scavenger's town. They do have a herbalist and a healer, however. This means that they have created quite some outstanding carpentry, and perhaps one that you will find use for soon. They are also known scavengers, not like animal scavengers, but like they dip into destroyed towns and continuously find things, such as some of the weaponry that you find yourself with, namely the guns and rifles. Those are prototypes. Their schemes are lost. They cannot be reproduced at this moment, and there's only few, but every now and then a couple of bullets are found, or a gun itself. These are quite rare and at this point mostly restricted to Solim itself. Or perhaps maybe you find someone else who has them. With this, we'll start this. It is morning. It is late spring, and I would like everyone to place themselves on a map where they currently are. And then we'll go across the table.
Are we gonna like introduce ourselves?
Mm-hmm. Don't overthink it too hard. All good. Right? Most people. Oh.
Hell yeah, Ali and me drinking.
Alright. Let us begin up there with... Ego, can you roll me a flat d20 for luck?
Okay.
A
That's a
1.
very strange request.
Okay, you have a good start into the day. And because of that, you're not gonna be trampled by something. Instead, you see a large familiar rat as you step out of the herbalist hut. And this rat, you have known it since childhood. It is indeed the one, the only, the Rodriguez. As he is marching... Wait, what? No one said anything. Okay. He's marching from downtown and up, and he looks over to the herbalist hut, but you can already hear it from a distance. There's multiple other rats already around. They're not quite as cute as Rodriguez himself, and you do hear it already. So,
Yeah.
can you explain us who you are and what you're doing?
Well, Ilyana is a half-drow elf. She's quite short. She's around 156 centimeters. She has long, kind of blue-grayish hair that's in a single braid, and she has gray eyes. And she's wearing like kind of like a medic clothes with like a kind of an apron on top with some leather straps. And she also has a backpack. Big backpack.
Very nice.
And
What are you doing in this town?
Ilyana is the town, herbalist slash medic. So she creates medicine for the Healers Guild, then also works there from time to time. But mostly she focuses on creating remedies and teaching people where to find beneficial and maybe even, not beneficial herbs to create medicine and potions and so on.
Indeed. You're quite well versed in all kinds of herbalist actions. You know how to spot even the most difficult to find herbs, if only you would spend some time searching them. right. Who would like to go next?
Me.
You. All right. Then we also include Ellie.
Let's go.
You and Ellie are in the bar. There's a dwarf barkeep. He looks at you and is like, "Ah, big man. You want some ale? It's fresh from Rama."
Ah, small friend. I'll have one of your lovely ales. Yes, this day has truly been blessed by the one true God.
Are you Scottish?
Yes.
No, he's Russian.
Oh, well.
I think.
All
Russian
right.
or you're
name.
Scottish?
My name is Ivan Karpov, little friend, and I am here to spread the true word of the one true God in the heavens above. Tell me, what do you have in store for us?
Ah, we have the finest vodka and ale from Rama. A shipment just
Oh.
arrived.
Vodka! Yes! From the northern regions of my homeland. I will take 2 bottles. No, 3!
He looks over to what the fuck did you just roll? Oh yeah, Rodrigo. Not Rodrigo. Yeah. He looks at you and he hands you 2 bottles of vodka, and he says, "Shot it."
Yes, but before I do, little friend, I will tell you a little secret right from my hometown. Do you know that they make these precious vodkas literally from the piss of angels? Yes, that's how good it is. And then I'll shoot down the entire bottle.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw with advantage because it is in character. You shot him down, and you feel fine. And
Of course.
Crodorium, he looks at you, and is like, "Whoa, impressive! What brings you here?"
Ah, my little friend, I am here on a holy crusade to cleanse the world of all monsters and unholy wretches. If you have a problem with any kind of monsters, demons, or unholy creatures, you leave it to me. You show me the way, and I will clear them out.
He does look at you. He's impressed. He nods to you and then strokes his beard. Very well, very well. Maybe you should hang around town some more. Maybe something fateful could happen. Who knows what's in the stars for you?
Very good, little friend. I will keep my eye out for that. And I will be ready to strike when it's needed.
All right.
God
all right.
wills it.
I love it. All right, and he does look over to an elf woman sitting over by a table. Hello, Ellie. Would you like to introduce your character?
Who the hell do I top that?
You don't have to. You
don't.
do not have to.
Don't
don't-
make it a competition, otherwise you'll never
No,
be
I
cool.
know.
Fine.
You are here to have fun, and how you have fun is up to you.
Okay. My name is Hazelmere, and I grew up in the village. I grew up here poor and orphaned until I met a monk master who took me under his wing after seeing my fighting skills in the pits. He sadly recently passed away, leaving me his home and a small amount of gold. I'm currently a guard for the village, but I long for adventure.
Nice.
That's it.
It's perfectly
Sounds
fine.
good.
Don't worry. He looks over to you. Do you want some drinks?
No, thank you. No, thank you.
At least some food, maybe. You do work a lot.
I will have some bacon bread, please.
Oh, specialty.
Fine choice.
Looks. It almost came like a dream to me to put this bacon into this bread. Maybe one of my forefathers has done that. And then he hands you indeed a bacon bread. It's like, this one's on the house.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right. Who would like to go next?
No preference.
All right. You spoke up. What is it gonna be?
right.
Hmm.
So rather than doing a normal explanation, you're going
Mhm.
to instead see. You're going to be in like a simple room where in the middle is just a metal
Hmm.
a metal table, and on it currently an unconscious patient. And you see my character currently in what's the correct word again? In
Operation?
disinfected
Oh, okay.
clothing, and in different clothing. You can see a special knife on a special scalpel actually in his hand, and you can hear him mumbling different words as he's examining the body continuously. Starting from the axilla, going all the way over to the mamma, perforation within the umbilicus, going from the navel all the way over to the oris. That's quite something that needs to be fixed as soon as possible. And you can start seeing him cutting open pieces that are not, well, currently like rotting away because of the necrosis, and then starts to sort of like deftly sew everything shut in decent
Mm-hmm.
in decent speed. At some point, the operation finishes. He sort of like wants to like wipe away the sweat from his forehead, but he stops and instead like asks the unnamed whoever assistant next to him to like do away with the sweat.
Yeah, indeed. Lise is
then
with you.
she looks at Lise. Suddenly, instead of the like direct and normal, consistent wording, you can hear him stumble a little bit. Lise, could you please bring our patient away towards to the resting wing? Provide them with the necessary pain medication. I will do my rounds after a little bit of a rest.
She nods to you and she asks, did you manage to save him?
Yes, he will be fine. Although he will not be able to hunt for a little while. The wounds need to completely heal. Otherwise, the risk of reopening them will be.
Yeah, and worse,
immense.
infection.
Yes. Well, there was necrosis, but luckily it was not too much. Let's just say of life-threatening. So long as you give him the pain medication, if some possible if some possible infections keep resurfacing, we will act accordingly. But we are very low in stock. You know this.
Yeah. Maybe we should check with the herbalists if they have managed to produce more.
Yes, and you see him like put everything back into order as he cleans everything meticulously, so not even a speck of blood is left anywhere. I will contact Liana for the necessary prep doses.
Perfect.
And then afterwards, you can see him take off all his disinfected overclothing, and then you can see a like middle-aged man,
Basically
like,
Mimo.
adolescent,
No.
yeah, adolescent,
Come on.
35-year-old human man, fair white skin, red eyes, has a bit of an adornment of like red tips on the edges of his spiky black hair, a fair smile as well, and you are looking at your resident surgeon / doctor, Lorcan.
Anything you would like to add?
Watch out, because surgeons can stab very hard.
You can indeed. You have almost a dagger.
1 second, be right back.
Sounds like a perfect moment to jump to the next person. So, who's it gonna be?
I don't think there's anyone else left but Bremer.
Yep.
I guess I can go first then.
Right, go for it.
Yeah, down in the hunter's hut, there is a human with a rifle slung over his back and a giant crossbow. petting a big ass drake, blue scale drake, while talking to the hunter about the local fauna and layout of the land.
You stand in front of Nikki, who is also a hunter. She does not have her own gun yet. Having a gun in this village is like a rite of passage for I don't want to say extreme good hunter, but a very successful hunter. On her back, you see a longbow, and she almost looks with admiration at you, and she's like, "Wow, I can't believe they. One day we'll have a gun as well, and I'll outmatch you."
All in due time.
But what are you gonna hunt with that rifle now?
Big game. The biggest game you can find.
Damn. I don't want to spoil
Even
too much, so
scum.
I'm not gonna say names of big animals that lurk around.
And also possible bandits, if you know of any.
We'll be safe with you in the village.
Indeed you will.
Right, now. Would you like to explain why you have a drake with you?
If I just could remember what class I am.
You're a drake warden.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nova is
ranger
a
subclass.
Yeah, Nova is a Drake Warden, a Ranger subclass, hailing from isolated village far out in no man's land. And the only survivor from that clan.
Your drake, curiously enough, has wings, but they don't seem to be fully grown yet. While you can ride it, and while it can fly, you cannot do both at the same time. You can ride it, but it will not be able to lift itself from the ground. But it does have wings that manage to lift itself up. Perfect. Is there anything you would like to add to your character?
No, that's it.
A
Perfect.
happy machine gun, maybe?
No, that's not at all how I meant
Oh.
that sentence.
No, besides him carrying a rifle and a crossbow and having a Drake pet, his face is covered in a bandolier, wearing a hat,
Yeah.
and typical wanderer's gear, dressed in wanderer's gear. That's
Yeah.
it.
Very well. Let's go to the last. A Warforged, known to protect the village. But what is he doing right now?
Everyone who enters the village, they will see a massive fucking statue standing in the middle of the road in front of the bridge. Though, however, it's not a statue, it is the Warforged, Dave, which has been guarding this village since he first woke up.
Wait, how tall are
massive-
you?
Huh?
How tall are you?
Bigger than you.
Also, for the sake of traveling, the wagon will be much bigger inside than it looks outside. Do not get into math with me or I'll
It's
punish you.
Harry Potter.
Basically a Harry Potter tank that's bigger in the inside.
Do not go for math. Perfect. Are you perhaps looking for something or doing something right now, or are you guarding the place and have nothing else to add right now?
He's kind of sleeping while guarding.
He's passive.
But-
Okay.
He looks like he's guarding and up awake and everything, but he is kind of just resting. And
Yeah.
having his two hands leaning up on his greatsword, while the greatsword stands down in the ground, looking intimidating to anyone that comes walking up towards him.
A
And-
man of my heart, or
and-
should I say, machine.
Broad shoulders, plated armor.
And be warned, even a
Oh.
resting Warforged is able to see and hear its surroundings and act on it.
Indeed.
It's like a cat.
Yeah, kinda.
He removes his helmet and there's just a cat head.
It's just a cat in a giant mech suit. Indeed.
Oh my god, that would be epic. Can we have that as like a secret story?
It is more about Myr than it is about. I'm not.
Mer, you should do that.
I do not do things with your characters other than punish them.
At the end of the chapter, Mer, his suit opens up and a gerbil walks out.
It's been it's been manipulating the machine all this time.
It's like Silent Hill with the dog.
Oh, come on.
All right. It is currently late afternoon in spring, like we said. You feel a fresh.
Early morning.
Oh, you introduced yourself. Stop. You had a time slot.
No, I was just saying.
You can feel the fresh breeze coming down from the mountains. You do smell the herbs over from the herbalist hut. There's flowers that are just growing just about everywhere. Perhaps you even smell someone's early dinner. The small town is bustling with noises. You hear the river in the distance. As you look over, you do see a couple giant-sized rodents, and at this point, Rodriguez has also joined his brethren to play in the river. But eventually, you do hear a loud bell. All citizens of Sulim are very aware of the sounds, indicating an event that requires immediate attention. And as you walk towards the square, you do see a small, bald man with a bell.
Oh my god.
And he is violently shaking it.
Wait, I have a gift for this.
You do indeed.
This is the greatest moment of my fucking life. Look at it. That's him.
Oh my god.
Yes,
See.
yes, it is the Zenith, my friend. And you can place yourself in front of the Elder's hut. And as a wave of stress runs through the village, and they're like, are we under attack? Is it the plague? And eventually the Elder chimes in, quiet down everyone, and he stomps his walking stick on the wooden floor leading up to his house. We have discovered a tablet in the mine. We're not sure of its origin, and we're only able to loosely translate part of it. He then lays the tablet on the table. I can show you this, the handout. This one. Give you a moment to read this while I bite into my pizza.
Wait, are you giving us a Mesopotamian writing here?
It's
Literally
just
the
a
Ten
picture.
Commandments.
Mer, it's literally a tablet of Salim. Come on, man.
Right.
This is a quest. I can smell it.
Oh, great, isn't it? It's almost like we need a plot hook to get this going.
We do?
I thought we were just gonna hang around the village.
Yeah, just
Wow.
chill a bit and pet some rats.
Yeah.
We'll make
Roll
it-
some
Obviously.
dice to drink vodka.
Each episode with rats.
No
Indeed.
question. We need proteins to survive. Do we eat rats?
You can eat your rat if you want.
No.
Looks at my rat.
Wait. Do you need to
Okay.
eat?
For the
does a
sake
wolf
of it, he is biofueled. It's just for resource management because the campaign is synced to 6 people. Otherwise, I'll have to redo all numbers to make the difficulty
the-
work for 5.
I called it the hamster inside of Mer has to eat.
Maybe he does. Yeah.
I have a
Really
rat on my
Rodriguez.
shoulder.
Rats are apparently common animals. Multiple people of you have already a few pets. Some of them are rats.
Yeah, the rat.
Spider.
It's a good thing there's so much food for the Drake here.
Can does not. Although they can be cute in nature, it is not a good for a healer guild environment.
What, rats?
Rats are not
Rats are surprisingly very hygienic and clean.
Yeah.
Like
Tell that-
tamed rats.
Tell that to the Black Plague.
Well, the Black
Was the-
Plague. Okay. Oh my God, I'm going on a
That was
rant
There's a
here.
there's a
I'll just
video of
stop
a rat
myself.
having a shower even.
Don't
The-
blame
Yeah.
the rats,
The
it was
black-
the fleas.
Yeah. Well, it was humans throwing their poop on the streets and stuff.
Oh, you
Getting rid of all the beneficial animals that get rid of the rats.
Well, the difference is that rats
Oh.
cannot completely
Oh,
think
yeah.
like us humans can, so it is understandable that I would not take any risks regardless.
These names are all auto-generated before you ask. Same with the character. Don't even worry about it. Alright, he did lay the tablet out. And you have read it. While we are not certain of its value, we believe this is a chance worth taking. More and more towns fall each year. You're all aware of this situation. While we are nestled between these mountains, one day we might be the next town to. This peace, it cannot last forever. Therefore, the council has decided we wish to take the chance to act on this. The tablet details 5 powerful beasts, creatures of power perhaps. And while we do not know much about the current state of the world, we wish to send out a caravan to find information on those and perhaps slay them. We wish to send our most capable and most trusted souls on this pilgrimage. We wish to send the following people: Cave the Warforged to be a wall of defense, Ilyana because of her knowledge with medicine, Nov for his excellent hunting skills. However, we believe these 3 we might need to ask for volunteers. Are there any volunteers up for this daring task?
A glorious pilgrimage, securing us honor in the eyes of the gods. I'm in.
You see the elder look over. Huh? Who are you? You are not from around the village.
Ah, my friend, I am on a holy crusade myself, and if it secures us glory and honor in the eyes of God, then I am in.
That does sound like someone who could perhaps be of use during this travels. We thank you, kind sir, and he looks at you. He wants to know your name.
My name is Ivan Karpov, and I am from the northern regions, way beyond these lands.
Very well. We don't need to know your town's name. You probably do know it though.
Of course. I will let you know in the next session. Yes.
I love it. Right, we perhaps do need more volunteers still.
See Lorcan a little bit like twitching a little bit on his right arm, which is actually kind of covered in bandages right now. And he's kind of like tries to keep it like still. And he's like deep in thought. You can see him like thinking very intently, sometimes looking towards Iliana though. And then he like slowly walks towards Lise and sort of like, I wouldn't say whisper, but more like, you know, small talks between her. And it's like, Lise, a word.
She's like, yes, what is up?
Listen, I know that the Healers Guild has
Oh,
already.
don't plan me on leaving.
Listen, I have my own reasons, and fortunately, I do need to go with them. I cannot, in good conscience, as a doctor, as somebody trying to keep everyone alive, let them just go towards their potential death.
But Ilyana is with them. She can make potions. We need someone here.
Potions are just one step. You still need application. The thing is, I have complete faith in your abilities to help everyone here. I'm trying to like play on her ego a little bit, so it's kind of like a persuasion thing. Where I'm trying to like.
You
go
can roll
towards
one
her.
if you want, yeah.
Want to like persuade and tell her like I just want to like make her believe that she can do it.
You can roll some die. She looks at you and she ponders, but in the end she does give it. He says, "Fine, but make sure you don't die and make sure they don't die at least."
That's the intent. I thank you for trusting in me.
No sweat. I'll make sure that no one dies while you're away either.
Yes. Definitely. He will then look towards Saver again, and will sort of like first try to like put his right hand up with the his left hand up, but that was the one that was bandaged, not the right one. And then he takes the other hand instead and puts them in the air. I would like to support these adventurers.
The elder is stroking his beard, and you see him deep in thought staring at you. Ah, Lorcan. Are you certain this is your path?
I think so. More out of necessity, though. But I truly do want to join. I have faith that everyone will be fine here. If what you say, the imminent could happen, preventing could be the logical solution.
Ilian kind of perks up as well, and she's like, "So, two medical professionals from the village are going on this journey. How do you suppose you will manage?"
We will of course distribute the required necessities in terms of potions, herbs, and knowledge. I have faith in Lise to be able to handle whatever is happening here.
She gives us thumbs up from the back.
I suppose I have taught Franz enough so he knows what he's doing, I hope. And then she gonna squints at Franz.
He looks over to you and says, I can at least discern the more basic herbs. I'm not as good as you with picking the rare ones, though.
Just do not touch dwarf spear with your bare hands anymore, please.
And I look towards Lise. Please also have more faith in the potions. Don't let people just sleep things off. Use medicine.
She looks at you. Fine. We will find a middle ground. I'm sure of it. We can manage without you two. We don't even need you here.
Please just
Wow.
work together and combine your efforts in order to save people. If
They do look
get
at each
hurt.
other and they're like, we can handle this. We got this. Both of us.
You see Lorcan like breathe out a little bit. It's kind of like in yes, that we can only hope. I do turn around towards Liana. If you would have a moment after this entire event, Liana.
Indeed.
Thank you. And then I'll just go backwards a little bit and no longer involve myself for a little bit, keeping myself small.
But it looks like we would need at least one more volunteer.
Elder sir, I would like to lend my monk skills to these adventurers.
You've been longing for an adventure. I see it in
Yeah.
your eyes. You're ready for this dangerous journey.
I am, sir.
Good faith, I can send you in. You're more than capable of holding your own. Right. It looks like we have 6 people who want to join this campaign. It is crazy how that sometimes lines up.
Wow.
And
Oops, sorry, that was not the intent.
Why are you stabbing somebody already?
No.
I was just trying to look at something. Something's not working here.
No, toothpicks are not for your stomach, they are for your teeth, my friend.
I would have caution with this toothpick, though. Please.
And just as Sava says these things, you hear some background noise as a few miners step in and they're patting Cave on the back. You got this, pal. You're gonna keep everyone safe. You're a big one.
Gabe is pretending like he doesn't hear them while picking his non-existing nose.
Perfect. And a few kids are running to Ilyana and they're like, "You're gonna bring us gifts, right? Maybe some stories. Will you kill crazy monsters?"
Crazy monsters? I don't know, but I'll bring you something cool.
Hell yeah!
I want to
Something-
step over towards the kids.
Oh god.
Oh no.
I step over towards the kids, like in my
All right.
giant stature, not as big as Cave.
Can
but
you
still
roll me
very
a
big.
intimidation check without even wanting to do it?
Okay, sure. Okay, yeah, sure.
You're somewhat threatening already. They're like, oh.
And then I kneel down and I look at the kids' eyes very intently, and I say, "They will speak legends of our names."
We don't
That's
really
it.
know
Weirded
what that
out.
means, but it sounds cool.
Yes.
And
Very.
who are you again? I don't think I've ever seen you around.
Come on, you really want me to introduce myself
No,
again?
no, you don't have to. You don't have to introduce your whole backstory to me, but you can introduce yourself. I just like hearing you say Ivan Karpov.
My name, comrade, is Ivan Karpov, and I will save you when the light is dimmest.
Right. Thank you for your contribution. My name is Ilyana. I'm the village herbalist, but also a medic.
Yes, yes, very nice.
Nice to meet
There
you.
is definitely glory in that too, friend.
Ilyana is both intimidated and very confused. This giant bearded man. Oh, maybe I'll bring. And then she looks back at the kids. Maybe I'll bring back you a few shiny pebbles or something.
Pebbles. Sounds
Pebbles,
stupid.
Well, what would you want?
Wow.
A dragon's tooth.
I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna meet any dragons.
Rick highly
If we
perked
do
up.
meet a dragon, we will slay it just for you.
But your pet is Drake and not a dragon.
Oh god! You do see Grikairi just one of her ear. Do lizards have ears? They don't have ears.
Yeah, they do
No,
have
they're not.
ear holes. But they
They-
don't have ears.
you see it twitch a little bit at the sound of "gonna kill some dragons." No, what is your
And
reaction
there's
to
a
that?
small.
What is your reaction to that, Nov?
Stare daggers, and the angry Kari will growl a little bit.
Ilyana face palms. It's like, no.
Well, no, you know, no, innocent creatures, of course. But if we see, like, a very monstrous dragon, a bad one, we will definitely slay it.
At this point, a lot of the eyes are now on you. Are you saying you're gonna kill dragons?
If they stand in our way and block our passage to honor and victory, most definitely.
Right, time to go, kids. I think it's time for you to go home.
And with this, one more word, please. We have decided to use our newest prototype of wagon. It was already ready, but didn't have quite the use for it. However, it should house all of you. We also have selected our most capable steed for this. This Rodriguez. As a large red slowly... Oh no, wait, that's not said in his word. As a large red slowly walks up to the volunteers, squealing in excitement. Hold on, I need red noises now. We will see that everything is prepared for you by tomorrow morning. Meet us tomorrow morning by the town's exit. And with this, the crowd does disperse.
Ileana is going to pet Request.
He loves it!
Mm. Good scratches, you know. Who's a good boy?
Mm-hmm. He just squeals and lays on his back and lets you rub his belly.
Oh.
Alright. You do seem to have one last night in this town. What are your plans?
Well, I'm going to follow Liana for a little bit to the hut to talk to her about something, and then
To the
probably
herbalist
go
hut,
home.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We should hold a feast.
Zoop.
We'll get there.
Well, I am going to the tavern as well, obviously.
One at a time. I think Ego and Isaac are already
Yeah.
onto something.
Sure.
But what? What?
Weren't you going to the herbalist hut to do something?
Yeah, yeah. You said onto something. I was like, did we need
Onto
to like uncover something?
Yes.
No,
Ileana.
that's not what I mean. Like, they're onto their roleplay.
Okay, okay. Yeah. So as we approach the herbalist hut, I'm like, so Liana, I know that you've already brought a batch of herbs a while ago. Unfortunately, with the amount of wounded, we've had to use many the last few days, even though I'd love to have used a lot less. And then I bring out a little piece of paper with some notes. Particularly, bloody Grimrose has been used a lot thanks to blood loss of lots of wounds. If it is possible, if you have some in stock, or if we could find some, that would be lovely.
Ileana takes the paper and she kind of looks at it. It's like, oh, you're out already? Oh, that's
Not out. There are some extracts left. It's just I wouldn't want to let the village go without any. Considering Lise is already someone who uses them sporadically, I assume this amount would be proportional enough for the time he would assumably be gone.
She kind of scratches her head and is like, Franz,
Like, oh, what is it? What is it?
do we have any bloody Grimrose extract left in the shelves?
I'll be checking. Give me a moment.
Okay, thanks.
Great. And the other ones below are just random,
yeah, that like,
non-important ones. It is particularly the bloody Grimrose that is needed.
We do have a few. How many do you need?
How many do you need?
15 pouches.
That's a lot.
Just get him the medicine.
Fine,
Franz.
I'll bag it up. Give me a moment.
Then she kind of looks at the list still and kind of ponders like, well, how have you been doing though?
I've been doing better. Kind of irked up, but honestly, your herbs are of such good quality. They do help me a lot. At that point, you'd see him take out a little vial. You see it pop out, and he drinks it a little bit. It's just well, it helps against the pain as he rubs over his left hand, the bandaged one.
Ileana kind of twirls with her hair with her fingers like, oh, I'm glad it's helping.
Yes.
As Franz bashes in. Achtung! Here is the bag!
Oh,
thank
Franz, be careful.
Please don't let it be contaminated. That would be horrible.
Franz, what did I tell you?
You guys already see him like sweating a little bit and trembling, like it's a child ready
To pay
drop.
Achtung! I will be.
Ileana grabs the bag away from Franz. It's like, are you sure I can leave you alone with these?
It will be
ingredients?"
fine. I've got this.
And she sighs.
I
hands
think
the-
both Franz and Lise will keep each other in check one way or another. I believe.
I'm sure if they can at least behave.
Let's talk payment. There are still a few IOUs. I know. But I guess with grand
I'm
scheme
sure
of things,
Franz will take care of it.
Ye-
Right,
yes,
Franz?
they'll talk with Lise. She will speak with the I wouldn't say council, with the higher ups at the Healers Guild and the elders, and compensation will come in due time.
Yes. I wonder. Honestly,
Yes.
I haven't been outside the village in a long time.
Me
And I'm
neither. It was nice the past 10 years here. At least for me.
Yeah, I'm honestly a little bit nervous.
Well, me as well. But honestly, knowing that Cave and Hazelmere and Nove are going to be there, it kind of makes me feel more at ease. Their stories and prowess has not been exaggerated. Although, I would say that Hazelmere sometimes does come with more bruises than she can give at moments. But nothing that can't be fixed, no.
Oh, she sure is a fierce one. Well, I'm sure
Yes,
that Cave will.
she could crack an egg with her bare hand.
Oh, she has cracked more than eggs.
I can crack an egg with my bare hands.
Shut up, you don't know the notion. Don't ruin the moment, just laugh about it.
Could have said she can crack a coconut, but maybe we don't know what it is.
Oh my god.
Alright,
Oh,
I
sure.
won't bother you too much. And then he sort of takes the herbs and the important bloody grim roses,
Oh,
puts
but
them in a little container, and he has them hermetically sealed. It's I will bring these to the Healers Guild before I would go home. Is there anything else to talk about?
I suppose not. I mean, I kind of wish you came over more often, but I suppose now
we'll see more
Yeah.
as we go on. Yes. I'll see you later. Bye. Goodbye, Franz. Goodbye, Liliana.
see you.
And you see him go away towards the
kinda waves.
Healers Guild.
Lockhart, before you do that, can you go back and roll me a flat luck chance?
Luck chance.
Luck.
Please don't
Just
let
a
me drop all my
D20.
grim roses. Flat D20. Okay, I can do that.
16. All right. You do see, as you leave the building, Rodriguez excited, running up to Liana, but you manage, just by sheer luck, he doesn't bump into you. He seems a bit clumsy, but...
Whoa. Just sorry, Big Rodriguez. I just watch out for the herbs.
Rodriguez,
You need to-
please be careful.
These are important, not food.
And you,
Bad
you-
rat.
You do hear him squeak a little bit more.
Goodbye. And then you see him scurry off towards the Healers Guild.
Iliana waves very, subtly, and then looks at Rodriguez like, Rodriguez, you
Perfect.
need to be careful.
All right. Let's jump to the next. Let's jump to the tavern. You see the barkeep. He is standing on a chair behind the bar because he's very small, and he looks at both Ivan and Hazelmere. He's like, warriors joining the caravan. How can I serve you tonight?
Ah, your finest ale for us. And it's on me this time. We're having a feast before our glorious quest.
Looks at you. The ale's mostly piss, more or less, but you can have it anyway.
Well, if it's your finest, then it is fine.
It is indeed Rama's finest ale. They don't brew a very good one. But the other towns that...
necessarily bad, Like I said earlier, in my country, The vodka and ale is literally piss from angels.
You will like
It
this
is
one.
known.
He does purr you one.
I'm gonna put my hand out and say no thank you. I'll just have a water, please.
A water. It's not really a warrior's drink, but I think we do have some of that beverage that you talk about. And you see him jump down from his chair, and he literally goes out to the river and fills a glass in it, and then hands it to you. There you go.
Thank you.
I think the rats were bathing upstream, though.
Is it better or worse than piss?
Roll me a Constitution saving throw and figure it out.
Jesus. Oh, okay. Hold on.
Oh dear.
You do slightly gag.
Oh, for God's sake.
I pat Hazelmere on the back and I'm like, ha, comrade, you are quite an intriguing specimen, aren't you? Tell me, do you have any stories to tell of glorious combat or anything at all?
No.
I have heard from a little birdie you can break an egg with your bare
Oh my
hands.
Yeah,
Well-
a really big egg. Really big, strong egg.
Yes. Oh, that's awesome. That is glorious, comrade. I myself, I am more of a skull crusher, but you know, we each have our own personal interests.
Jesus.
Oh god.
All right.
I say it like that.
Perfect. I love it. And
Oh dear.
jump to the next one. Bree or Mur, who would wanna be that one? Cool. Mur, what do you do?
I was like waiting for Reed to volunteer.
Your turn, bitch.
Oh shit.
You're just standing there again? That is
I'm just
valid.
standing there. Great statue of whatever this village was called again.
Salim.
There you go, Limia
Yes,
or whatever.
yes, indeed. I love it. Alright, that is very much in character, and sometimes little things are still absolutely fulfilling.
A little bit of bird poop falls on his shoulder.
I have high dexterity, not really, but I do have
That's
high
not what it's I'm not sure that's how it works.
Bird poop is literally a good sign, a good omen from the Lord in the heavens himself above.
He's pissing on you.
A little piss never hurt anyone.
No.
Ah.
Nof, what are you doing in that house over there?
I'm assuming it's a barn.
It could be a barn, yeah. It could be for the rats and all sorts of animals, yeah.
Yeah, I figured I wasn't allowed to walk into the tavern with a giant drake.
Oh, no. Your drake is welcomed by the villagers as a guardian of the village, too.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm packing up.
You do pack up all your things, and does anything interesting happen, or are you just doing a packing session?
Just packing session.
That is.
And Angry Kari is feeding a few mice every now and then.
Oh, make sure it's not rats, though. Rats are very, very high standard pets in this village. Mice are dirty. No one likes mice.
There may be a few fewer rats when we leave.
Uh-oh. And with this,
Yeah, that's-
this okay.
Yeah, that's about it.
And with this, the sun it sets for a final time, and all of your hearts, they are just filled with determination to do this properly and to do this just.
But I
And
don't have a heart.
whatever thing you have that would resemble a heart, you know
And
what?
now we have-
Doesn't the hamster in him have a heart?
You know what? Everyone but Mer can add an inspiration token. Mer does not have an heart.
Lol.
Add one
Rude.
to Mer. Add one to Mer.
Are you sure about that?
I'm setting you up with one. Talking about the inspiration token in my campaign, at least, if you use it, you can re-roll something that has an effect on you. Perhaps it is an attack that is rolled against you. Perhaps it is a saving throw that you do. Perhaps is it a saving throw that you cause the enemy to roll. Or maybe just a damage roll. Or it's a skill check. You can re-roll it with advantage, or the enemy will roll with disadvantage. But I will be very sparse handing these out, and you can only use your inspiration token on something that is correlating to yourself or something that you cause. And with this, please remember these tokens. I know you guys, you always forget them. Write it on a fucking note and glue it to the screen or something. Inspiration token.
What's a note?
Yes.
There is a button for inspiration.
There is indeed on the sheet as well, but most of you still manage to forget it. All right.
Before like the sun is like when it's like completely down, you would see like Lorcan leave the healers guild. He turns around and he bows a little bit towards whatever elders are over there with Lise behind. It's like everything will be in good hands. I'm pretty sure. And then you also see him like cover like the side of his cloak a little bit more. You can hear like a little bit of the jingling of a few potions. It's like I did take the liberty to get some pain medication with me because of, well, as he rubs over his arm. If that was okay, but I've talked with Liliana and have provided with enough herbs to have enough medicine for our time away.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I'll handle the rest from here. Don't worry.
And then I'll bow and I'll go towards the living quarters to sleep over there.
Perfect.
In my secluded house.
Liana's also doing some late night prep before sleeping with potions and stuff like that.
Okay.
A
And
lot in her mind.
with this, a new dawn approaches. It is very early morning, and you already see that a lot of the citizens of Solim have already gathered at the exit. They seem to be waiting for their heroes.
Ave will be standing there flexing for them. Like,
Do a straight strength. You're very... If you had muscle, they would be glistening in the sun right now.
everyone is just standing there like, ooh.
Amazing display of power, friend.
And that would be like, yeah, you are not so bad yourself.
And then we do this. Wait, where is the?
Oh my god. What are you gonna do?
Let me post a gif. Me and Cave did this.
Is it the two anime dudes flexing at each other?
Yes.
course
It's
it
the like the from Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Armstrong and the other guy.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's this. That's just what me and Cave are doing.
That's what we are doing now.
Perfect. All right, and most seem to have gathered, but a few seem to be late. Ilyana, you arrived a bit late. What happened?
I was kind of busy packing everything, making sure I have all the things that we need for the journey. Packing the alchemist supplies and everything in the bag, and she... it looks like it's quite heavy. She's like, oh god.
Do you need someone to carry that for you?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
And with this, the five of you seem to be slowly loading the large wagon that I'll show you in a moment. But it seems like we're missing someone.
That moment you hear like clinging sounds. Wait, sorry, out of the way. And then I like dash away toward like some people who are in the way. Like you see like a too small child and I jump over it. You can hear the clinking of potions in the bag. It's like sorry for the wait. And then I'll go over there and bow a little bit towards the rest, almost like an apology. Did not mean to be too late. I overslept. And you can see some bedhead as he tries to like ruffle his hair back to normal. It's like and you can also see that he has like a decent backpack. You can actually see the scalpel knife that he has like still glistening and visible, but like securely fastened towards his left side.
You could just hear a little laugh in the background, but she's trying to hold it back.
Sorry again, and you can also see him then help in whatever way he can with loading up stuff.
He will place his hands on his hips, stretch backwards, laugh, and be like, "Ha ha! I don't even know what time it is."
It is early in the morning, cave.
Right.
And with this, you do pack up the wagon, and I'm going to show you the wagon's inventory. They managed to pack you up a few nice things. They packed you up food, 30 single rations, which is probably gonna last you 5 days. That you have 5 large bags of rat food, which is gonna last Rodriguez 5 days. You do have a full tank of water, which is also gonna last you 5 days. That's crazy how that lines. You do have some utility things, and there's even some rat bandages they prepared for Rodriguez. I would like one player to volunteer to keep this updated during travel. And yes, this can be a little bit annoying.
I already have bandages, so
I don't mind keeping track of that, honestly. It's just changing a number.
Yeah,
so-
it is. It is during travels, you just deduct numbers. You can change the format. I just wrote it like this. You can just scratch
we
the
have edit
5
rights, I
days.
can
Yeah,
see
yeah,
it.
everyone
Okay,
has
that's
edit
great.
rights.
I mean, you don't want to let the one that doesn't even know what time it is to do it, right? Right?
You would think that an advanced robot has an internal clock.
You said that was advanced.
I can already see
It's
Cave. When
basically
he,
hewn out of rock.
I can already see Cave when he eats. You can see like his jaw just like unhinged. You can hear the rust of the and then he drinks something, and then it like
No, no,
goes
no,
up,
no.
down, up, down. Yummy. And you can hear it like in.
I'll just open a section of my stomach and just put it in, and then close it again.
I can hear.
Does it flow out at the boot then?
Are you like looking for the Wizard of Oz to get a heart
Oh god.
or a brain or whatever it is?
I mean, perhaps you are on a search for hearts anyway.
Oh
Yes,
yeah, lol.
the hearts of
We are.
demon wretched.
Oh,
We'll
yeah,
crush
that
them
was
beneath
it.
our boots.
Thank you, Ree. I was trying to think about that movie. I think
Iron
I'm pretty
Giant.
Sure. Yeah. Such
Perfect.
a good one.
And
That is
old
fucking
people.
classic.
Oh yeah.
you see that Rodriguez, he's being mounted to the wagon. Is that the right word? He's been put in
Hitched.
front. Yeah.
Mounted to the wagon.
Look at this.
Hitched
Look
on-
at Discord. I want that gun.
You're not getting any guns. Right. And you see him, he's used to pulling wagons. And even though this one, it seems really large, for Rodriguez, this is no problem at all. And you already see him slowly leave.
You can like hear the mumbling of in Lorcan is like, I understand the concept of having rats in this, but this is highly unsanitary. Holy shit.
What a
And
fascinating creature. Let's follow it to glory.
Definitely, rats should not grow into that size. But what kind of combinations of stuff can this happen? This is not. I am not a surgeon in terms of like.
How long
who
have
is
you
this?
been in
Oh
this
wait,
building?
they're already going away. God damn it! I'm being called again.
Right. And this I will put you on the world map. Let me explain to you the world map